Hey, what's going on, everybody? And thanks for checking out this video. My name is Jason Duprat, and I am the founder of the Healthcare Entrepreneur Academy, as well as the founder of the Ketamine Academy and IV Nutritional Therapy Academy. Today, I'm going to answer one of the most common questions we get, which is how in the world do you order medical supplies when you're starting a practice? And got a few supplies here. If you're starting an infusion clinic, obviously you need hydration, you need crystalloids like saline or lactated ringers, plus you need all of your IV therapy medications. You're going to need some IVs and IV supplies, and there's a variety of different distributors out there through which you can find basically everything that you need. So when it comes to ordering your supplies and your equipment, you're basically going to search for a medical supplies and equipment distributor. Now there are handfuls, dozens, if not hundreds of suppliers out there. Now the most common ones that are available at a national level are companies like Henry Schein or McKesson. So basically all you have to do is set up accounts with distributors like that. Now, when you go with a big national distributor, there are some downfalls. One of the biggest being that they tend to have high prices. They play the game at a different scale, and their prices tend to not be as competitive as regional or local distributors. At least that is what I have found. So you want to set up accounts with multiple distributors, including possibly Henry Schein and McKesson. Amazon has some medical supplies offered now as well. To set up your account, basically, you are going to need your NPI number. So that is your National Provider Identification Number. If you're a prescriber, so anybody who can prescribe a medication, typically that's a nurse practitioner, a physician assistant, a certified registered nurse anesthetist, a physician like an MD or a DO, podiatrists. There's a big variety of prescribers in the US. So if you have the prescribing ability, typically you'll have an NPI number. And if you can prescribe controlled substances, then you will have a DEA number as well. So if you plan to order any pharmaceuticals, you will definitely need both of those numbers. If you'll need a DEA number, if you are going to order any sort of controlled substance. So when you go to set up your account, the process is fairly straightforward. Those big name national brands are some of the hardest to set up accounts with. Believe it or not, they have a very thorough and strict vetting process. They have to meet this cause called Know Your Customer. And if they don't do enough due diligence, then they can get themselves in trouble. So they are very strict. And in a lot of states, they actually are not nurse practitioner or CRNA or non-physician friendly. So you definitely want to make sure that you set up accounts with them if you can get them opened up, and others for sure who are more familiar with your state and local regulations, because most states now practically, the overwhelming majority of states, all nurse practitioners can prescribe. Many states now independently. And so you'll just have to check your requirements with your distributor before you as you're setting up your account. So that's basically the gist of setting up an account. Now, there are other distributors out there. One that I've found that was very good was Medline. And actually in our course, we've surveyed hundreds of our students, and we have a full comprehensive list in both of our courses, various modules of all the supplies that you need and the most popular distributors and the most reliable distributors. So the reason you want to set up your account with multiple distributors is, one, because of the pricing issue, and two, because you are going to see, as you run your practice long enough, that various suppliers run out of various pieces of equipment or supplies that you need, or various pharmaceuticals. So it's always a good idea to have 2, 3, maybe even 4 accounts set up. So that way, if you are trying to order, one of the common things that runs out is the crystalloids. So if you're trying to order crystalloids from one company and they're out, you can always just place an order with another company. When it comes to setting up your ordering, a lot of these companies allow you to do it online, and that makes the process pretty simple. Typically, you want to have some sort of an Excel spreadsheet of all the supplies that you have, and that way somebody can weekly or every 2 weeks, however you set it up, depends on how busy your practice is, but they'll run through the checklist, go through your storage rooms and run through the inventory. They'll write down how many you have on hand. And once you're in business long enough, you'll know what you need to keep on the shelf to fulfill the needs of your practice. So that's typically called setting a par level. And so for example, if your par level on maybe 20 gauge IV catheters is one box, and or maybe say it's 3 boxes, and you are going to do inventory and you see that you have 1 box. So your par is 3, you have 1. Obviously, you are going to need to order another 2 boxes to get back up to your par. So that's typically how you handle your ordering if you're doing it manually. Now, a lot of the EMRs and other computer systems are set up nowadays to allow you to do it through software. Not everybody chooses to go the software route. Obviously, it adds a lot of expense. So small practices, you still see doing a lot of manual ordering, small and new practices. So that is pretty common. If you're going to do that manually, make sure you have your Excel spreadsheet with everything listed out. Again, that's something we provide in both of our courses. We provide lists of all the supplies that you need, so you can very easily take that and create your own ordering chart, and you just drop it on a clipboard and have you or your staff go around and order what is needed. When it comes to ordering, you also want to make sure that you order in bulk. So by bulk, I mean, don't place an order like every 2 days, because your shipping expenses are going to be substantially higher. A lot of companies will do free shipping or just flat rate shipping for orders over a certain dollar amount. And so if you're placing a lot of really small, low ticket, low value orders, you're going to skyrocket your shipping costs. Now, Amazon does have the Prime for businesses, so you can get Prime or free 2-day shipping with your business account as well if you sign up for the Business Prime, and that is an option. But pretty much everybody else out there charges a fee for their shipping, some sort of shipping rate. And the best way to save on that fee is to do bulk ordering. So order, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on how busy your practice is. And that will save you a lot of money in shipping expenses. So hopefully this video was helpful to you as you're starting your practice or thinking about starting your practice. If you are interested in starting an IV therapy practice or a ketamine therapy practice and are interested in taking a training program to help walk you through the entire thing, then that is what we do at the IV Therapy Academy. You can learn more at ivtherapyacademy.com. Same thing with the Ketamine Academy. That address is ketamineacademy.com. And if you want some free resources, some free educational materials, I have a podcast. It's called the Healthcare Entrepreneur Academy Podcast. And I provide a ton of valuable business advice. Tactical Tuesdays, we share tactical things that we're learning and implementing in our business. And then every Thursday, we just kicked off season 2 of our guest interview episodes. So I interview world-class healthcare entrepreneurs from around the globe, and they share their story. They share advice on what it takes to be successful as a healthcare entrepreneur. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next live. Talk to you later.